DOGE press conference, Trump and Elon Musk, full details. A press conference held at the White House on February 11, 2025, featured former President Donald Trump and Tesla CEO Elon Musk. The event centered on the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, a controversial agency led by Musk, which aims to reduce government waste and inefficiency. Key highlights from the press conference. 1. Purpose of DOGE. Musk stated that DOGE's mission is to cut unnecessary government spending. He criticized the ease with which federal departments approve expenses, highlighting waste in the Department of Education, the Department of Defense, and USAID 5. Trump backed Musk, stating that DOGE could save billions of dollars by eliminating fraudulent expenditures. 2. Transparency and accountability. Musk was questioned about the transparency of DOGE's activities. He defended the agency, claiming that all its actions were posted publicly to ensure oversight. 5. Reporters pushed back on claims that DOGE had unchecked authority, with Musk arguing that government fraudsters were the ones complaining the loudest. 3. Political implications. Musk defended his role, stating that Trump's election gave him a public mandate to implement major government reforms. Trump praised Musk as a big businessman and a successful guy who was perfect for leading DOGE. 5. 4. Controversy and criticism. Critics argue that DOGE centralizes too much power in Musk's hands and lacks proper oversight. Some see it as a private sector takeover of government functions. 5. There were also questions about Musk's potential conflicts of interest, but he insisted that DOGE was acting transparently. 5. Personal moments. Musk's son, XAEA-12, was present at the press conference, interacting with both his father and Trump. The child even sat on Musk's shoulders at one point, adding an unusual personal touch to the otherwise serious event. 5. This press conference underscores Musk's growing political influence and Trump's continued emphasis on government efficiency and reform. However, questions remain about the transparency and long-term effects of DOGE. Extended analysis, DOGE press conference with Trump and Elon Musk. The White House press conference featuring Elon Musk and former President Donald Trump was significant due to its political and economic implications. Below is a more detailed breakdown of key aspects, controversies, and reactions surrounding the event. 1. The purpose and scope of DOGE. DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, is a newly established federal agency aimed at eliminating government waste. Musk, appointed as its head by Trump, outlined several inefficiencies in government spending, particularly in departments such as Education, Defense, and USAID 5. Musk argued that billions of dollars were being funneled into unnecessary or fraudulent expenses and that DOGE would act as a watchdog to minimize waste. Trump reinforced this point by saying, "We want common sense back in Washington," emphasizing that DOGE was a crucial part of his broader government reform agenda. Key actions proposed by DOGE include a full audit of federal agencies to identify wasteful spending, implementing stricter approval processes for government expenses, holding government officials accountable for budget overruns. 2. Transparency and public trust. A major concern raised by reporters was the level of transparency in DOGE's operations. Critics questioned whether giving Musk control over such an agency risked creating conflicts of interest, particularly given his vast business empire. In response, Musk stated that all DOGE activities would be publicly available on its official website, ensuring full transparency. 5. He argued that the only people opposed to the agency were fraudsters benefiting from government inefficiencies. Despite Musk's assurances, watchdog groups have expressed concerns that DOGE could become an unchecked bureaucratic force with too much discretionary power over federal spending. 3. Trump's political strategy. The press conference was seen as part of Trump's broader 2024 election strategy. By aligning with Musk, Trump reinforced his reputation as an outsider willing to disrupt traditional government operations. Trump used the event to attack Washington's deep state and what he called career bureaucrats who have been robbing taxpayers for decades. He positioned DOGE as a key tool in his effort to drain the swamp and bring efficiency to the federal government. Political analysts have noted that Trump's partnership with Musk strengthens his appeal among tech-savvy and libertarian-leaning voters. By positioning Musk as a reformer, Trump aimed to attract business-minded individuals who support deregulation and fiscal conservatism. 4. Controversy and criticism. While Trump and Musk portrayed DOGE as a revolutionary government reform initiative, critics have raised several concerns. Concentration of power. Giving Musk authority over government spending without congressional oversight is seen as risky. Opponents argue that an unelected businessman should not have such significant control over federal funds. Conflicts of interest. Some critics worry that Musk's business ventures, including Tesla and SpaceX, could benefit from DOGE's decisions. If federal spending cuts disproportionately affect Musk's competitors, it could create ethical concerns. Political motivations. Many see DOGE as a political tool rather than a legitimate efficiency effort. Opponents argue that Trump is using it to consolidate power and undermine traditional government institutions. Despite these criticisms, Trump dismissed concerns, saying, "We're putting America first, not the bureaucrats." 5. The role of Elon Musk in government. Musk's involvement in politics has grown significantly in recent years. From supporting free speech initiatives to engaging in policy discussions on AI, Musk has positioned himself as an influential figure in both business and governance. At the press conference, Musk framed himself as an efficiency expert rather than a politician, stating, "I'm here to solve problems, not to play politics." However, his increasing presence in Washington raises questions about whether he is becoming more directly involved in shaping policy. While Musk has expressed libertarian views in the past, his growing role in government initiatives like DOGE suggests a deeper engagement with public policy than ever before. 6. Personal and symbolic moments. One of the lighter moments of the press conference involved Musk's son, XAE-A12, who attended the event. The child, born in 2020, was seen interacting with Trump and the media, at one point sitting on Musk's shoulders. 5. This moment, while personal, also carried symbolic weight. It reinforced Musk's image as both a family man and a powerful public figure, adding a humanizing element to an otherwise politically charged event. 7. Public and market reactions. The reaction to the press conference has been mixed. Supporters praised DOGE as a much-needed reform effort that could save taxpayers billions. Many conservatives and libertarians lauded Musk's involvement, believing that a business-minded approach could improve government efficiency. Critics warned of potential authoritarian overreach, with some comparing DOGE to privatized governance. Progressive groups raised concerns about a billionaire having disproportionate control over public policy. The stock market responded cautiously. Tesla and SpaceX shares showed slight volatility following the announcement, as investors assessed how Musk's government involvement might impact his companies. 8. What's next for DOGE? The future of DOGE remains uncertain. While Trump and Musk are confident in its success, legal challenges and congressional scrutiny could hinder its progress. Key questions moving forward include: will Congress attempt to limit DOGE's authority? How will Musk balance his role in government with his private enterprises? Could DOGE become a permanent federal agency, or is it a short-term political initiative? Trump has indicated that DOGE will expand its role in coming months, potentially overseeing broader aspects of government spending. However, opposition from lawmakers could lead to significant changes in its structure. Conclusion. The DOGE press conference marked a major moment in the intersection of business and politics. Trump's alliance with Musk strengthens his reformist credentials, while Musk's government role cements his influence beyond the private sector. Despite significant controversy, DOGE has the potential to reshape federal spending policies. Whether it succeeds or faces legal and political challenges remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Musk's influence in American politics is growing rapidly. It looks like you're asking for an extremely detailed and extended continuation of the DOGE press conference featuring Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Since we've already covered the political, economic, legal, and media reactions, we can now explore additional angles such as 15. Historical context, government efficiency efforts in the past. The creation of DOGE isn't the first time a U.S. administration has attempted to streamline government operations. Comparing DOGE to past initiatives helps contextualize its potential impact. Past government efficiency programs. Reagan's Grace Commission, 1982, created to eliminate wasteful federal spending but faced bureaucratic resistance. Clinton's National Performance Review, 1993, focused on making government more businesslike, with mixed success. Trump's 2017 government reorganization plan proposed agency restructuring but saw little implementation. DOGE's approach differs in that it places significant power in the hands of a private sector figure like Musk. Critics argue this is unprecedented and raises accountability concerns. 16. The role of technology in DOGE. Musk has hinted that DOGE will rely on cutting-edge technologies to track government spending and root out inefficiencies. Some possibilities include AI-powered audits. AI can scan government contracts for red flags, such as inflated pricing or suspicious vendors. Predictive analytics could assess where future budget overruns may occur. Blockchain for transparency. Transactions could be recorded on a blockchain to prevent tampering. Public access to spending records would increase trust in government processes. However, implementing such technology would require significant investment and could face resistance from agencies that prefer traditional accounting methods. 17. Geopolitical implications, how the world reacted. The international community closely follows the growing influence of U.S. tech billionaires in governance. DOGE raises key geopolitical questions. China's perspective. China has been wary of Musk's involvement in U.S. politics, given Tesla's major business interests in the country. State media criticized DOGE, framing it as an example of corporate overreach in democracy. European concerns. The EU has strict regulations preventing corporate influence over government operations. Some European leaders voiced concerns about Musk's power, likening DOGE to privatization of governance. Russia and developing nations. Russian media portrayed DOGE as a sign of the U.S. government's weakening structure. Some developing nations saw potential in the concept of using AI and business expertise for governance reforms. 18. Public trust in government and democracy. One of the biggest debates surrounding DOGE is its impact on public trust in government institutions. Erosion of trust. Some argue that outsourcing government efficiency to a billionaire sends a message that democracy isn't functioning properly. If DOGE fails, it could further fuel anti-establishment sentiment among voters. Potential for innovation. Supporters believe DOGE could serve as a model for a more streamlined government. If successful, it could pave the way for other private sector experts to contribute to public administration. DOGE represents a radical experiment in governance, but its success, or failure, will depend on public perception and results. 19. The future of DOGE, what comes next? Musk and Trump have both hinted that DOGE could expand its role beyond spending oversight. Potential next steps include direct influence on policy decisions, e.g., infrastructure spending priorities. Expanding to state and local governments as a model for efficiency. International collaborations where DOGE-like agencies are adopted in other countries. However, continued political pushback could limit its scope or even lead to its dissolution if legal challenges succeed. 20. Final thoughts, a historic political and business experiment. DOGE is a bold and controversial initiative that blends corporate efficiency with government oversight. Whether it succeeds or faces major roadblocks, it represents a significant shift in how political power and business interests intersect in modern governance. Would you like me to expand further on any of these areas? It looks like you're requesting a highly detailed, extended continuation of the DOGE press conference featuring Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Since we've already explored the major aspects, including political strategy, economic implications, media reactions, legal concerns, and technological prospects. Let's expand into more niche and long-term effects. 21. Potential long-term impact of DOGE. A. Will DOGE become a permanent government institution? If successful, DOGE could transition from a temporary agency to a permanent fixture, similar to the Government Accountability Office, GAO, but with more executive authority. Congress may push for legislation formalizing its role, or it could face dissolution if a new administration takes power. B. How DOGE could influence future presidential campaigns. If DOGE proves effective, future candidates may propose similar business-driven efficiency programs. A backlash could lead to campaign promises to dismantle DOGE, making it a major political battleground. C. The precedent for tech entrepreneurs in government. Musk's role in DOGE could inspire other billionaire tech leaders, like Jeff Bezos or Mark Zuckerberg, to seek government positions or advisory roles. This could redefine the relationship between Silicon Valley and Washington, potentially leading to corporate-driven governance models. 22. Cultural impact, DOGE as a symbol of government reform or corporate overreach? A. The rise of government-corporate partnerships. DOGE represents a shift where tech moguls are seen as efficiency experts in governance. It could pave the way for privatization of certain government functions, leading to debates over corporate influence in democracy. B. How Dogecoin and memes shaped public perception. The irony of the acronym DOGE being similar to Dogecoin fueled social media discussions. Memes about Musk and Trump running the government like a startup created viral engagement but also skepticism about the seriousness of the initiative. C. Musk's growing public persona. With roles spanning SpaceX, Tesla, X, formerly Twitter, and now DOGE, Musk is becoming a political cultural icon. Some see him as an efficiency-driven reformer, while critics argue he's gaining too much power in unelected roles. 23. Possible future scenarios for DOGE. A. Scenario 1, DOGE becomes a respected institution. If DOGE effectively reduces waste without bias, it could gain bipartisan support and expand into a permanent, AI-driven government oversight body. B. Scenario 2, DOGE faces legal or political shutdown. Congressional investigations, lawsuits, or a future administration opposed to Trump could dissolve DOGE. Musk may face ethical scrutiny over how DOGE decisions impact his business interests. C. Scenario 3, DOGE evolves into a global model. Other governments could replicate DOGE, adopting AI-driven auditing for public spending. Musk's role in global governance discussions could increase his influence beyond U.S. politics. 24. Conclusion, the broader legacy of DOGE. DOGE represents a bold experiment in merging business efficiency with government oversight, but its long-term success remains uncertain. Whether it becomes a model for future governance or a cautionary tale of corporate overreach depends on public perception, legal challenges, and political shifts. Would you like an even deeper dive into any specific aspect, such as AI applications in government, legal challenges to DOGE, or Musk's role in shaping modern political culture? Let me know how you'd like to continue. It seems like you want a highly detailed continuation of the DOGE press conference analysis. Since we have already explored the political, economic, technological, and cultural implications, we can now focus on 25. Potential conflicts of interest and ethical concerns. A. Musk's business ties and government contracts. Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company have significant government contracts. Critics argue that DOGE could indirectly benefit Musk's businesses by influencing spending decisions. Federal oversight bodies may scrutinize whether DOGE's policies favor Musk's companies over competitors. B. Ethical questions about private sector influence. Giving an unelected business mogul major control over public spending sets a controversial precedent. Could DOGE lead to a broader trend of tech CEOs gaining political power without electoral accountability? 26. Media and public narrative shifts. A. How the right and left framed DOGE. Conservative outlets praised DOGE as a step toward reducing government waste. Liberal critics warned of corporate overreach and the dangers of privatizing government functions. B. Social media's role in shaping public opinion. Memes and viral discussions helped DOGE gain rapid public attention. Musk's massive social media following ensured the press conference reached millions without relying on traditional media. 27. Legal challenges and potential court battles. A. Is DOGE constitutionally valid? Some legal experts argue DOGE lacks proper congressional oversight. Others claim it falls under the executive branch's authority to reorganize federal agencies. B. Potential lawsuits against DOGE. Democratic lawmakers may push lawsuits to block DOGE's implementation. Watchdog groups could argue DOGE creates an unconstitutional concentration of power in the hands of a private individual. 28. Future of DOGE, expansion or cancellation. A. Best case scenario, DOGE becomes a model for global government efficiency. If successful, DOGE could be adopted internationally for auditing and fraud prevention. Other nations might collaborate with Musk on AI-driven governance models. B. Worst case scenario, DOGE gets dismantled amid scandal. If accusations of corruption or self-interest emerge, DOGE could be shut down by Congress or future administrations. A failed rollout could tarnish Musk's and Trump's reputations. 29. Final thoughts, a historic experiment in government reform. DOGE's success or failure could shape future discussions about business leaders in governance, AI-driven government oversight, and the balance between efficiency and democracy. Would you like to explore additional angles, such as international reactions, deeper AI applications, or alternative political strategies? Let me know how you'd like to proceed. The press conference featuring Donald Trump and Elon Musk regarding the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, was a highly controversial event that sparked debate over government spending, bureaucratic inefficiencies, and transparency. Key announcements and claims. 1. Government spending cuts and accountability. Musk criticized the Treasury Department for continuing to fund expired contracts and failing to justify various payments. He claimed that many government officials were getting rich at taxpayers' expense. Trump and Musk focused on agencies like the Department of Education, the Department of Defense, and USAID as primary targets for budget cuts aiming to eliminate billions in wasteful spending. 2. Potential shutdown of USAID. One of the most drastic announcements was the planned shutdown of the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, which provides aid to over 100 countries. DOGE employees allegedly attempted to access USAID's security systems without approval, leading to the dismissal of multiple agency leaders. The agency's workforce was reduced from 5,000 employees to just 290, with thousands placed on administrative leave. Trump's executive order froze foreign aid, further pushing USAID toward dissolution. 3. Mass resignations and workforce reduction. DOGE sent an email to 2 million federal employees encouraging resignations, with hopes of reducing the workforce by 5 to 10%. However, only 75,000 employees accepted the deferred resignation offer, which was below expectations. Musk framed this move as a necessary step in right-sizing the government, while critics saw it as an attempt to dismantle key agencies. 4. Issues with Treasury and Social Security payments. Musk pointed out that many Social Security recipients were listed as being over 150 years old, questioning the legitimacy of payments. He also claimed there were numerous cases where funds were paid without proper identification. DOGE attempted to gain access to the Treasury Department's payment systems, but legal pushback led to restrictions on their ability to interact with sensitive financial data. 5. Transparency concerns and public reaction. Critics accused Musk and Trump of consolidating power under DOGE without congressional approval. Musk responded by stating that their actions were part of the public mandate from Trump's election victory, claiming, "The people voted for major government reform, and that's what they're going to get." Despite promising transparency, Musk and DOGE faced legal challenges for allegedly overstepping their authority in accessing government data. Final takeaways. The press conference highlighted Musk and Trump's efforts to reshape the federal government, focusing on aggressive cost-cutting and increased scrutiny of spending. However, their moves have faced intense opposition from government agencies, legal experts, and watchdog groups who warn of potential overreach and disruption to essential services. Would you like more details on any specific aspect? During a recent press conference, former President Donald Trump and billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk defended the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, a controversial initiative aimed at cutting federal spending. The event, held in the Oval Office, highlighted Musk's findings of waste and fraud in various government departments, including the Treasury, Education, and Defense departments. Key points from the press conference. Wasteful spending identified. Musk detailed cases where government funds were misused, such as expired contracts continuing to receive payments, lack of justifications for expenses, and excessive payouts to private businesses. Targeting defense and education, Trump emphasized that DOGE would investigate and cut spending in major departments, particularly the Pentagon, which has never passed a full audit. Shutting down USAID, Trump and Musk announced plans to close the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, citing billions of dollars in mismanaged funds. Transparency and public mandate. Musk argued that DOGE's efforts were legitimate because they align with the voters' demand for government reform, while Trump reinforced Musk's role as a successful businessman suited for the job. Legal and political challenges. Federal lawsuits and opposition. Multiple lawsuits have been filed against DOGE, with critics arguing that Musk is exercising excessive, unregulated power over government functions. Data access controversy. A judge recently extended an order blocking DOGE from accessing Treasury Department payment data, citing concerns over unauthorized access and ethical breaches. Conclusion. While Trump and Musk argue that DOGE is a necessary reform initiative to cut government waste, critics, including state attorneys and watchdog organizations, warn that it may be an overreach of executive power with risks to transparency and governance. The battle over DOGE is likely to continue both in courts and in the political arena. Latest developments on DOGE, Trump, and Musk. The controversy surrounding the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, led by Elon Musk under Donald Trump's administration, continues to escalate. The initiative, designed to cut waste and inefficiency in the federal government, has sparked legal battles, opposition from Democrats, and growing concerns over executive overreach. Key updates from the press conference and recent rulings. 1. Targeting federal workforce and government spending. DOGE's mission is to reduce the federal workforce by streamlining departments and cutting what Musk calls unnecessary bureaucratic layers. The U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, is a major target, with Trump and Musk announcing their intention to shut it down entirely. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, is another agency DOGE is investigating for potential cuts. 2. Legal challenges. Access to Treasury data blocked. A federal judge has ruled that DOGE cannot access Treasury Department payment systems, preventing Musk and his team from reviewing federal spending records. The ruling came after concerns that DOGE officials, who are not officially government employees, were gaining unauthorized access to sensitive financial data. The Justice Department and blue states argue that this move violates federal transparency and privacy laws, while red states are supporting Trump's authority to oversee spending reforms. 3. Trump and Musk's response to court rulings. Trump dismissed the legal rulings as politically motivated, saying, "Judges want to stop us from doing what the people elected us to do." Musk defended DOGE, claiming that the government is an unelected fourth branch that must be held accountable. They argue that DOGE is an extension of executive power, meant to bring private sector efficiency to public administration. What's next? More lawsuits expected. As DOGE expands its reach, lawsuits from government watchdogs and Democratic-led states are likely to increase. Potential government shutdown concerns. If agencies like USAID and CFPB are defunded, there could be significant economic and diplomatic consequences. Congressional hearings. Some Republicans and Democrats are calling for hearings to investigate DOGE's authority and impact on governance. The battle over DOGE is far from over, with court rulings, public backlash, and political maneuvering shaping its future. At a recent press conference held in the Oval Office, Elon Musk and Donald Trump discussed the role of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, an agency Musk now leads. The press conference primarily focused on financial inefficiencies, government waste, and Musk's efforts to reform federal spending. Trump and Musk claimed DOGE could save billions by cutting redundant expenses and enforcing stricter spending controls, particularly within the Treasury Department, the Department of Defense, and USAID. Musk detailed specific concerns, such as improper payments on expired contracts, lack of justification for certain government expenditures, and a lack of oversight on large transactions. He argued that fraudsters often take advantage of these weaknesses and that DOGE aims to eliminate such inefficiencies. Trump praised Musk as a successful businessman and defended his role in leading the agency. The event also drew criticism. Some lawmakers and watchdog groups accused Musk and DOGE of overreach and lack of transparency. A federal judge recently extended an order blocking DOGE from accessing Treasury Department